All right, new week, new documenting the journey. Welcome back. This is like the third time I'm starting this one, but this is a new angle here. Makes it look like I actually do something and I get out, which I don't really. I don't know about you, but I don't really do much different things every week. But I think I'm gonna like switch up the angle every week. Makes it look interesting, I guess. But that's part of the journey. Like most of the time, you're just in the same place, doing the same things, having the same routine, feeling pretty lonely sometimes, probably. And me personally, I don't really struggle with that. I guess I learned at a young age to be alone a lot from a young age. I did a video about my story, but also, yeah, just many. I've been alone since I was young, I guess, a lot. So I don't really struggle with it now, which is like a strength if you're building something because it is going to be you a lot, alone. So, yeah, hopefully me documenting this helps you out in any way. It doesn't make you feel alone. It did for me in many parts of my journey, watching content. So, yeah, let's start with a win this week. I got some beautiful new content with the products. Here is some, here or here. I'll add in some photos, which is really nice. Loss this week is that my designer resigned. So at first, I have one guy that's helping me full time with the brand, and he basically did everything, like everything that I could try and put in processes or things that are, USPs. He was helping me out with this, but because all my products are personalized, they all need an individual design. So at some point it was starting to get much for him, so we hired a separate designer that was helping us out part-time, but she resigned, so now I had to like scramble this week to make that work, but I did make it work. Just had to step in and do things myself again, which is fine. I mean, that's just part of it as well. I guess sometimes I feel like I don't want to do something if it's like if I can put it in processes or like USPs, but then sometimes you just have to do it yourself as well and just step in there and help out, which is perfectly fine. I managed to hire new designers, so kind of turned this loss into a win because I came up with a system where I'm not reliant on one designer, but it's two, which is no different because I don't mind if one designer works 5 hours or two work 2.5. It's the same for me, right? In terms of costs. But what this allows me is that it makes me not reliant on one designer. Let's say one quits, the other can pick it up and I can find a second one. So that it's way more reliable. And also I put in a little bonus for the one that gets the least revisions. So this way it's like a little competition. So you also get better output because it's like a little competitive environment. So that's great. That's, but let's see. You turn every loss into a win, right? At least me, I want to make sure that things don't happen again or you can prevent them. So that's the wins and losses for this week. The things that I wrote down for the brand. One thing is don't get too comfortable. So, for instance, I got here now with the ads that are working, and I got there by, or I'm finally able to scale a bit, is by trying new creatives every week, right? So right now some of the creatives are working, but I need to remind myself that that isn't the reason, or that isn't a reason to stop with creating new creatives. So even though it's working now, I should be still having new creatives every week, 5 to 10 new creatives every single week. Even though I maybe don't upload them right now, for instance, because the other creatives are working, or for any reason I might not be publishing them yet in the ads, but still I should have 5 to 10 new creatives every week. If it's not to use now, it's to use next week, or to be able to test through more creatives quicker the next time we need new creatives. So don't get comfortable when it's working. Still do the things that got you there, and don't just fall off because that's not going to help with anything. So yeah, I'm slowly looking for more creators, like I also talked about in the last video. For me, it's kind of a different scenario because I built a community for my brand. I mentioned this many times, but maybe that's a bit repetitive, but anyways, I get new creators through there, so I'm posting about it more, actively looking for people that are good at creating content to kind of recruit them into our team, to create content. So I'm kind of doing that differently as well. Like I have a WhatsApp group with different creators, and then it's like, hey, if someone wants to help out, let me know. I need this and this and this. And then there's multiple people that want to do it, and then I pick a few, so that way it's also a little competition in there. Basically, yeah, then the people that create really good videos, we send them back into the group. And yeah, it's just a really good way to keep each other motivated and to get creative inspiration in there. So yeah, that's working well, but I'm looking for more people that can actively work out, or work with us on that, because also after a few weeks in the beginning, often people show a lot of like interest and they put a lot of effort in, but then it kind of slacks off, and only a few kind of keep up with like the enthusiasm and the effort. So I only need those people. So I think I'm kind of going to rotate, like put a maximum number of creators, let's say 5 or 10, and then the ones that are not really working out well, also that's fine, but then replace them by people that are really enthusiastic and want to put in a lot of effort. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on for the creative side, for the ads. I wrote down that it feels weird that the brand is now scaling after 4 years, and that, you know, I used to work 24/7 basically, but it never really worked out. And now I'm kind of seeing some success with the brand, and I'm like, that's weird for me. That's really weird. Like, why is it working? So I kind of need to get rid of some past beliefs and level up in my head to, you know, become a higher level operator, because, okay, now it's working. And now I need to focus myself on things that are ahead and new things, instead of in the past it was just retrying things that didn't work. And I was kind of used to that. Like, I'm always working and I barely make any money. Like, I thought that's just how it works, right? And of course, if you keep doing that, at some point it starts working. And then now I have to level up in my head to get to a level where, you know, I can actually operate a business on the next level, because now work transforms, right? First, my work was trying things behind my laptop every day, the same thing, making changes on the website, you know, looking at content on what I could do, implementing, trying new things, failing, you know, it's just me behind my laptop. But then when things work and things take off, then your work changes, because now my definition of work shouldn't be that anymore. My definition of work should be looking for talent, looking for new people, looking for really good new opportunities. Like, right, it like changes, because the biggest lever you can pull always changes, right? Like, at first, if you are building an e-com brand, it's just Facebook ads. So get Facebook ads to work a little bit, Meta ads or TikTok ads or whatever, one of the ads. And then once it takes off, then and you can see some profitability, then you need to unlock scale there, right? But to unlock scale, it isn't doing more of what you did first. It is, right, in a way, because you just need more creatives. But in another way, for instance, if you want more creatives every day, then you need more creators. So instead of you trying to create creatives at work, it should be finding more creators that can create those creatives, right? So your definition of work kind of changes, and your inputs change, because you have more leverage if you focus on finding people that can create creatives instead of doing it with just one person like you did before. So in my head, it's like hard to like change this definition still, because my definition of work is just me grinding behind my laptop, but that's not how I'm going to unlock the next level. So I need to make myself feel useful doing the other things, and that takes some adaptation, and I need to change for that in my head. So yeah, it's kind of, for me, sometimes I maybe feel less useful, but it's just because it's different work. I am not useful if I'm working 3 hours on my, like, changing details on the website. That isn't good work. Like, that's just not what is going to bring me to the next level. So yeah, I just need to change the way I think about working, and but this is an ongoing thing. I guess I kind of struggle with this in general, that I quickly feel useless even though I've done a lot of things already, or like from a day-to-day perspective. But yeah, I guess that's just it comes with time. I wrote down that a lot of hours go into fulfillment of my products. So because they're all personalized, um, but yeah, we kind of tackled this person as well with the two designers, because at first I noticed that it's kind of a principal agent problem where the if you hire a designer like a VA to do designs, then they will never care as much as you do. I really care about the little details. I want it all to be perfect. So, a lot of hours go into creating the designs, but then also I'm spending an hour or two every day checking the designs, right? And I want to prevent this. So I'm already preventing this a bit now with hiring two and making it a little competition. Least revisions gets a bonus. And then I made it very clear in USPs or SOPs. I don't know how I can do USPs. With SOPs, like what are the points that you need to hit? And then it's really easy to check as well for my VA that's helping me in general with all of the other processes. So he can just check it really easily now. So hopefully I'm going to save some time there. Again, that may feel like work for me, but that isn't actually work because that doesn't move the needle. So that's something I should not do. And I should find a way to spend my time to get to the next level, right? Again, an ongoing thing. I should also maybe just look for like a bigger brand owner that I can do weekly calls with, like a mentor in this, that can really guide me on that. Who knows? Maybe I'll find find one through here. If you have a big brand, contact me. I need you. Yeah, customer support is now outsourced, and that is going great. So again, the VA that's helping me out with all of the other things in the brand, he's doing a very good job at the customer support. He's picking it up quickly. I made some challenges for him to hit, some goals, and that's going great. So he had been asking me for a salary increase, and before I was like, I'm not really earning anything right now with Exchange Life. It's all costs. There is barely any profit left. So I was like, yeah, that I cannot do that right now. But he stuck with me and he worked hard with me. And yeah, now I put up, hey, here are some goals. If we hit them, you can get your salary increase. So that's going great so far. I guess that also makes it, you know, more fun to work. And when you see progress and now we can grow as well. And yeah, no, that's just great in general. I'm working on some more products and designs and all of these things, but I guess it's just an ongoing thing because I have to sample and I have to get them in and I have to check them and then they have to go back and then we have to try again. And so this is kind of an ongoing thing. I'm coming out with some men products because a lot of the products are for women only now. So I'm coming up with some similar designs but for men. So that is going to be nice. Triple Wheel is now tracking everything. I talked multiple times about Triple Wheel in the past few weeks, but it's finally tracking everything. So I manually track it, and then I have Triple Wheel, and then I have the ad platforms that track it in there as well. The ad platforms like Meta Ads, which I'm mainly running, it is not really tracking, and then I was manually tracking it, like in Sheets, which works great, but you can just do that. That just cost a few hours. So Triple at first wasn't working, but now I set it up correctly, and it's almost one-on-one with my manual tracking sheet. So that's great. I can rely on that and scale from there, scale back from there, depending on the results, of course. I'm working on translating parts of the site, so it's only in English now, but I'm going to translate it to the main languages like Spanish, German, all of these things. I think finally my site is now, and I always think this, and then I think I also just don't see things now that in a few weeks I'll be like, why didn't I see this before and change it? But I think my site itself is finally at a place now where it's really solid. So I'm able to translate it without me having like new changes every few days. I'm like such a nerd when it comes to that. I'm every day in Shopify theme customizer changing shit in there. Also, could argue that it's a waste of time, but I guess it's in the details. I shared my site with one of my friends from Bali that also has a brand, and he was like, "Normally I see 10 things that I would change, and I just don't see any right now at first glance." And I guess that's in the details. That's why I'm in there every day. But yeah, I think I'm ready to translate it all now. So hopefully that helps with conversion rates. I'm getting more reviews as well. Most are positive. There's also some negative ones. So these are individual cases most of the time. So it's not like I see like the same negative review coming up each time. What I'm trying to do is solve the problems for every negative review that I get. So I refund the customer and then I contact them asking like, hey, what's going on? So I'm feeling actually really good about this because it isn't that many negative reviews. Maybe one out of I can't even put a number on it, but a really low percentage. So that's really good, but these are also problems that are most of the time solvable. So there was, for instance, a problem with one of the products because we used a wrong thing that made the product kind of weak. And now we change that thing for like a stronger connection, so then it doesn't break as easily. So you just solve that problem, and then I refund the customer, send them the new item, and then they're happy as well. So then everyone is happy. So that's kind of what I'm working on as well. Negative reviews are useful, right? And some, I mean, even though you have the world's best product, people are going to be dicks sometimes. So I guess it's normal, but I'm doing my best to solve them all, and we're getting really positive feedback on the customer service. So that's good. Let's see. I'm trying to not watch content. This was all of it about the brand, really. Some general things that I wrote down. Not watching content before lunch. So in the morning, I'm really trying to get all my work done. The stuff that moves the needle. If I because I listen to a lot of content or podcasts, and if I do this in the morning, then you're just kind of like you get kind of distracted, and it makes me cloudy quicker. So in the morning, I try to not do anything of that. That's why I wanted to record this video in the morning, but then I got it's Sunday today, but then I was working on things. But I'm more clear in the morning. Even now, I'm kind of like sometimes distracted recording this. But yeah, that's just something that works for me. Like just work in the morning until your lunch. I don't eat in the morning. I fast. I don't want to watch any content. I just work, and it helps me a lot. So another thing that I talked about before getting to a higher level of operator, like I'm in a constant battle in my head of what to do with my time, because of course sometimes it feels like you have a lot of time left for me, but then I manage to fill it up with always. But am I just filling it up because I feel like I should work all the time, or should I also just enjoy the few hours if I have nothing to do? Like that's something I just cannot do right now. Like I don't know why, but that for me, maybe because I've also always been in like a struggle in my head and like wanting to really make something work. And that's been for like the past four years. It's just always been me working, trying to make something work. So now when I have a few hours left, I feel useless and I feel like I should work. And yeah, that's maybe something I'm it might be easier when I get out again. When I'm leaving in early December. I'm thinking about leaving earlier, but that might be easier when I'm out there again, able to meet people and stuff, because there's nothing to do here. So free time feels even more useless because you're not enjoying it. Like I'd rather be working, but then I'm not sure what to focus on. So that it's like a constant struggle. Yeah, maybe that's just a founder problem or a me problem. I don't know. Do you relate? So yeah, like I said, I'm leaving early December. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be really cool adventures. Yeah, I'm just ready to get a bit uncomfortable again and seeing new places, meeting new people. I guess right now I really needed this time to digest everything that happened in the past year, implement everything that I learned, get my brand to the next level. And now I have things under control. I know what I'm doing. And now I want to meet new people and keep growing, get to the next level again. So, and also enjoy a bit, like I said. Like, I know I should enjoy a bit, even if it's on like Sunday afternoons, which, today is Sunday and I just don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, I should either be focused working or not working at all. But then, what to do if I'm not working? Just sit in the garden, like stare in the sky? Like, I don't know, I'm just, I'm just trying to figure it out. So yeah, that's it really for this week's Documenting the Journey. This new angle. I'm going to try to have a new angle every week. So I don't look like like, I don't know what I look like sitting in the same room every week. Not really like a lot is happening. But that's the life of a founder. So yeah, that's it for this week's Documenting the Journey. I document my journey every week, building my brand. If you want to follow along, then subscribe to my YouTube channel, send me messages, and I'll see you guys next week.